ringing through the air, like the bell tolls at the Buddhist temple in the Japanese New Year. It's DIA, or Dudes in Asia. What up, peoples? As always, this is David Hayter.
And this is David Nguyen, aka Noogie Boogie.
It's Tuesday, November 27th, and November is almost out of here.
Yep, Thanksgiving came and went, and I definitely packed on some weight, but it was well worth it. Anyway, today's topic, we're going to talk about what grinds your gears. Should be a fun topic to talk about and to vent.
Yes, sir. Before we get into that, what's up with you, man? Anything new?
Not much, man. Thanksgiving, a lot of cooking, a lot of eating, and then a lot of chillaxing. What about you, bro?
You know, pretty much the same stuff, man. Like, we had a 3-day weekend last week. You know, I went out and partied a little hard.
Nice.
Like, I don't know, did I tell you about this one bar we found, dude? Like, it's just, like, super chill. It's kind of like a locals-only spot. Like, you got to call and tell them you're coming.
Sounds familiar.
Like,
I'm not sure if we talked about it on the pod or we talked about it on the side.
Yeah, it might have been on the side.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went there on Friday, right? So it's like, you show up and, like, they just have, like, a gang of food. And then they're like, here's just a giant bottle of sake. Enjoy. And they're like, oh, your friend is from Mexico. Here's a small bottle of mezcal somebody brought me before. Enjoy it. Okay. Yeah, and then on, was it Saturday night? I went out to Nagoya for Thanksgiving. Dude, that was a good ass night, man. I had a pretty good time, man.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm working on the blog post right now. That should be up pretty soon. But yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about, man.
Awesome.
That shit was fantastic.
Awesome. Time to vent, bro.
All right. It is. So, I'm gonna hit you with it first. So, Noogie, tell me, what grinds your gears in Vietnam?
Off, man, for sure. How impatient them locals are. If it comes to anything that has a queue or standing in line, those people do not care. They're just gonna cut in. If there's an inch of room, if you're at the cash register and you have like an inch of room, they're just gonna throw their stuff on that inch and just like cut in front of you. And don't get serious, bro. They got no matters. Even if you're in the biking, like, you know, you parked your motorbike, you're trying to leave the exit. Even though there's a line, dude, the people just don't. They just come from every corner, every direction, every angle. It's like, dude, dude. It took like in the beginning when I came out here, I just kind of just like let it slide, but now it kind of just like it finally just grew up. I was like, I hate this fucking shit. My wife was just like, you're never gonna get anything done by being patient, bro. You gotta be a dick. I was like, okay.
It's true, man. So. You gotta fight for yours, right?
Yeah. I always just let it go, and I was like, nah, I gotta be a dick too in order to get somewhere.
So, where do you think is the worst spot, man, to get cut off, dude? Or where does it happen the most?
I mean, Jesus. The most? Like, the ones that I think probably bothers me the most is definitely at the grocery store. Yeah, they just come in, man. They don't give a damn.
Yeah. Man.
But just any form of line anywhere, any restaurant, anything that requires a line, there's no like first come first serve and be orderly about it. It's just like, shit, I'm gonna get mines, you know. So that is definitely what grinds my gears for sure. All right, bro. What about you?
You know, it's funny that you bring that up because one of the things that grinds my gears about Japan is that people line up too much. You know, it's like people line up when they don't have to. And so, like, you'll be walking around somewhere, you just see a line and, like, people jump in it. And then, like, you go to the front and it's just like, oh, yeah, those people are just lined up for, like, some odd reason. But, it, like, what you want to do is right here. And it's just like, well, what the hell? You know? Or, like, sometimes you go to the grocery store and everybody's all waiting in one line. And somebody's like, okay, the next person come over here. And then, like, nobody's moving. You know, because nobody wants to cut anybody else. So they're all waiting for everybody else. I'm just like, I'm just going to go. I'm just going to take it. You know?
Yeah.
They're probably like, oh, that big gaijin bastard's got no rules. He just goes over there when the line opens.
But no one's doing nothing about it, though, right?
Yeah, you know, like, everybody is, like, waiting for somebody else to make the first move because like they don't want to be wrong, you know.
Oh, okay. So it feels like quite the opposite.
Yeah,
so you're on the other end of the spectrum over there.
Yeah, you know, it just needs to be normal. You know, it just needs to be down the middle.
Yeah.
I don't know where that would be.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man. Because obviously, you know, back home we got certain manners, and if someone fucks up, we're gonna kind of let that person know. It's like, hey, what the fuck, man? You know, someone's gonna say something. You know.
Yeah.
But over here,
Well,
you know, it's just like, you know, everyone does it, so it's like you can't even voice it.
yeah.
And then over
well,
there,
like, I remember
it sounds like over there, like no one voices anything.
they do not. And like that was the thing too. Is like I was in Portugal one time, dude. I was in a grocery store, and like this old lady just like walked right in front of me in the line. And then I asked her in Portuguese. I'm like, "Oh, that's all you have, huh?" And she's like, "Yeah." I'm just like, "All right, you can go ahead." And she's like, "Oh, thank you." I'm like, "Yeah, I know what you did." You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny though. But I don't know, man. What's number 2 on your list? What do you got?
Let's see. Okay. So let's see. I think another thing is expats here. Well, obviously not all expats are idiots, but like some of them who are here, but they act like they get upset when people don't speak English or they don't do what they do back home, and they go like ape shit.
Yeah,
It's like, dude, you're in their turf, bro. Like, come on now. So I've seen it, like, you know, like probably it's still a handful of times, but it still like bothers me when I see it. When people just go to like a KFC and start yelling, it's like, "Where's the bathroom?" And just cause a massive scene, and like, why don't you guys speak English? It's like, are you serious right now? You know?
Yeah, man.
So yeah, some expats they shouldn't be here if they don't like the country, man. Seriously. Like, okay, that's all I could say. What about you, bro?
You know, kind of along those same lines, I call it being guilty by a gaijin association. Yeah, so, you know, especially in Japan, like, they have a very, I mean, I don't want to generalize too much, but a lot of people just, like, they think of Japan as, like, the real world, and then everywhere else is just kind of like the rest of the world. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, if you're a foreigner, then you kind of just get lumped into one category.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're Japanese, you get lumped into another, you know? And, yeah, like, I feel like because one person has had a bad experience with maybe, like, one type of expat, one type of foreigner, then they kind of paint everybody with that same brush, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, there have been times where, like, I'll go to, like, a bar, and I'm like, yeah, we have, like, 4 people. And they're like, oh, sorry, we're full. Like, I look around, I'm like, there's nobody here. Like, oh, yeah, they're all reserved. I'm just like, fucking bullshit. Like, you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like somebody went there and just drank, like, too many beers or just, like, made too much noise, and then they just burnt the spot for everybody else, you know?
Oh, actually, like,
Yeah.
that's something I didn't write down, but you kind of brought up a good thing. For me, it's also being a technical, I don't know. So there's a term Viet Kieu. A Viet Kieu is a person who was, like, born in Vietnam, left the country, and then kind of came back. I don't fall under that category because I was like born and raised in the States, but they still lump me in that category. And a lot of Viet Kieux are just like, they come back and they act like they shit don't stink, and just like ruin it for anyone who's like a Vietnamese person but not exactly like living here. You know, so like I get labeled under that. I get treated a little bit differently, but obviously once I try to speak. When I speak English, obviously you can tell that I'm not from here. And then I get treated a little bit better, but their like initial reactions is kind of treat me like a Viet Kieu and just like kind of treat me like shit. Yeah. So it's just like, yeah, they're like guilty by association type thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
It happens, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. I'd have to say another one on my list is being treated as a second-class citizen for having tattoos. You know?
Yeah.
And I like, you know, I'm not sure where the origins of this are, but I have like my theory, you know? So if you think about it, like I think I did like some research into like the history of Japan, like tattoos and all that. And I think originally like tattoos were a way to mark criminals, So like if somebody killed somebody stole something, they put a tattoo on them, like letting people know like, hey, this fucker did this shit, And then over time, like the Yakuza, like the gangsters kind of grew to embrace that, And so then tattoos became heavily associated with crime.
Yeah.
But then if you think about it too, like the other group of people who had a lot of tattoos in Japan were probably U.S. soldiers, like after World War II.
That's right.
During the occupation. And so like because certain places didn't want to say like no gangsters and no soldiers, they're just like, oh, like it's not that gangsters can't come here. Nobody with tattoos can come here. Oh, it's not that U.S. soldiers can't come in here. Nobody with tattoos can come in here, And so if you have tattoos, like there are a lot of like bathhouses, like onsens that you can't go to. Like sometimes you can't get gym memberships. Certain hotels that have like public bathrooms, like maybe won't let you stay there, or you'll have to get a private room. Also, like,
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you're sure I'm being treated as a second-class citizen, my man.
Yeah, it's true, man. And like, you can't go to like water parks, like kind of like Raging Waters, like Wild Rivers, like Soak City. They have like this cool one over here. They're like, oh, if you have tattoos, sorry, you can't go.
I think I asked you this question before. I mean, you can wear a rash guard, right? Or they still kind of want you to go shirtless to kind of prove that you're not a tatted up person?
Yeah, I think it depends on the place, So like if I were to go to that water park or maybe like to the gym
and rock a rash guard,
like a rash guard would be cool.
Yeah, okay.
But like in onsen, like in a bathhouse, like you're supposed to be like naked,
of course,
like people don't wear underwear, so there'd be no good.
Yeah, because there's like obviously you're hiding something in a bathhouse, right? That's where.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that sucks, dude. So I guess I'll get treated like a second class citizen then.
A little bit, yeah. And there's like a time that I went to onsen and I just put like black tape over my shoulders, and then all these people just sitting there like just looking at me. And like, I'm like outside and there's a dude just like standing up, like hanging his itty bitty dong, just looking at me. And it's like, everybody's like, oh man, this guy's here with tattoos. We got to do something. But it's like, oh, he's too fucking huge. We can't do nothing. Like, And then I'm just talking to these guys I came with. I'm like, so, you guys like Godzilla?
You guys believe in it? Wait, what he said?
So, you guys believe in angels?
Yeah. Man, give me your fruit cocktail.
No, he said, man, where's my cocktail fruit? That's fantastic. Half Baked. Check it out if you ain't seen it.
Most definitely. The next thing on my list is car drivers, man. They drive like
car drivers. Huh?
Yeah, they drive like fucking idiots.
Oh my goodness.
Like it's already like that stereotype of like bad Asian drivers is like one thing, but here like it's because like you have to be like pretty wealthy to drive a car. They just have that vibe, that aura where they just don't give a fuck about anyone else's safety. They drive pricks, absolute pricks, and they have no. Like it's already bad enough. Like they drive bad, but they even drive like a dick on top of that, which is like a double whammy.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, dude.
So is there like a certain type of car or a certain area that's like worse than others?
No. They're all bad. Okay. They're all equally bad. I mean, truck drivers like are reckless because they're in a big ass vehicle that's gonna like, just hurt everyone on the road besides them. So, but yeah, they drive absolutely reckless. But car drivers drive like idiots, and yeah, dude, that's all I can really say. How about you? What's your next list, bro? What else is grinding your gear?
For the next thing that really grinds my gears, I'd have to say it's people that are just being oblivious about their surroundings, So, like, in Japan, like, you spend a lot of time, like, on trains, like, walking around, like, more so than in your car, And, like, some people, man, like, you'll be walking like in the grocery store, and then someone just like stop, like back up. I'm like, hey, hold up. Like you see I'm here, right? Like they don't look like behind them before they just start like walking backwards. Like if they're gonna turn, like they don't look to see that somebody's not there. You know what I mean?
Just up and do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And so like it was really funny, man. I think like probably the worst place for that has got to be in Osaka. Yeah, if you go to Osaka, like the downtown like entertainment district area is called Dotonbori,
Mm-hmm.
like close to Namba Station. And there's just like tons of drunk people, like people that are just looking at all the buildings, people just walking like looking on their phones. And I remember like I was doing all this Crouching Tiger, like hidden Negro bullshit, you know. And I was like dodging, getting out of everybody's way. And then like after like, I don't know, a half hour of that, I was just like, fuck it, man. If they don't move, I ain't moving. And then I just started bouncing motherfuckers off of me, man. I'm just like, boom, boom,
Plowing the road.
boom. Yeah, basically, you know. And then I remember this one time though, it was like the ultimate like reversal. This dude was just coming like right for me, right?
Mhm.
I was like, I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna wait. And then as soon as he got close to me, I like turned like my upper body like on like a 45-degree angle, and like I stepped forward like with my right foot, and then I pushed him like past me with my right hand. I was just like, whew, and then I just like kept trucking, you know, just kept walking, dude. That was like some fucking ninja bullshit right there.
Damn. It's I didn't think it'd be that bad over there, but I guess people are kind of just in a daze or something, man.
They are, dude, and like from the young people, it's like just walking with their head in the phone, like not looking up.
But that's
at all,
like that's
know?
a global problem. So I don't think that's exactly a Japan issue, right? So
Yeah. Well, I think maybe it's just an issue in Japan when you have like super crowded areas, and then like especially when you're trying to get through like train stations and stuff.
you're
you know
still
what I mean?
doing that, right?
Yeah, like I feel like Japan, like especially compared to like America, is a lot more pedestrian. You know.
Yeah, I could.
So yeah,
All right.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
So what do you got, man? What's up next for you, dude?
For me, is people don't give a fuck about the rules out here, dude. No smoking, no littering. Like Vietnam's like a public toilet for guys. There's no wrong place to use a toilet. There's signs that said don't do this and don't do that, and they just do it. I mean that's why like that I forgot the name of that cave. That's like the largest cave in the world. That's in North Vietnam.
I've heard of it. I don't know the name either.
Yeah, I don't know the name of it, but it's like in the middle of Vietnam. It's like the largest cave in the world, but they don't allow like the locals to go there for obvious reasons. Like you got to book it in advance. You can't be a local unless you probably have some kind of like a certain income range to kind of show that you got at least got some money and some class. Because if the locals go in there, it's gonna just like litter, tear that place apart, cigarette butts. I mean, that's just kind of just angers me a little bit. It's like, dude, hospital, like it's like a where we went to gave birth to Grace. There's like no smoking, but people don't give a fuck. Like,
Wow.
Exactly.
There's like smoke in the hospital.
Yeah,
Damn, son.
exactly, bro. It's just like, dude, what the man, restaurants, all of it. There's just, I mean, obviously as like a smoker, there's just you just know when if you're drinking it's outside, dude. Why not? But
Yeah.
there's just certain places like, come on, man, keep the decency up. So yeah, that's another one off my list, my man.
I hear that, dude. Yeah, I just looked it up too. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Maybe like the Son Doong Cave.
Yeah.
Dong, Doong.
DOO.
According to this one,
Huh.
that's just like a phonetic spelling for
yeah,
English speakers.
Exactly. It's like there's no
You know?
there's no OO sound in Vietnamese.
And you're like Doong.
yeah.
Sorry, man.
No,
I love that shit.
yeah, man, it's not an easy
Oh,
language,
yeah.
bro. It's not an easy language.
It is not, man. Suck Nyla, suck Butley. I forgot what I said. I said like that book is like the physics book or something, right? Probably all screwed up.
Sap Yeah, sap.
Yeah.
I don't remember physics, man. That's a good one though.
What Lee?
Something. I'm pretty sure you remembered it more than I do.
Yeah, man. I just got my few key phrases here.
Yep. All right, bro. Next item on your list.
All right, next one for me is people being very indirect about certain things. You know,
Yeah.
so yeah, like if you have a problem, then like, you know, people won't really come out and tell you. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like that culture, like saving face. Like they want you to say that you're wrong before they say that you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so like you'll go to like a place, and you'll be like, oh yeah, so can I use credit card? They're like, well, and be like, oh, it's only cash. I'm like, yes. So, you know, or like, yeah, and it's like the same thing at work too. Like maybe you'll screw something up, but then like some people won't really tell you. They'll let you keep like screwing up for a while, you know?
Yeah, that's very Asian, bro. I tell you,
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
that issue over here as well. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, and then, I don't know, maybe this is a 2-for-1 because it kind of ties into it. But in Japan, like, you know, you figure a lot of stuff is high tech, you know? But it's like they make the high tech shit, but only like the young people use it, you know? It's like everybody who owns businesses are all like, you know, older, and they all like go old school, you know?
Paperwork.
Yeah, so there's paperwork and like forms like for everything, you know? So like, you know, if you want to go like join a gym, like you have to fill out like a physical form, you know? Like when I wanted to get online banking, I had to fill out like a paper form, you know? And then I got like locked out of my online banking. Like, oh no, you tried to answer this security question too many times. Click here to order a form to your house so you can sign back up. You know? And it's like I had to open a new bank account in America. It took me like half an hour, all online. You know? And it was like, I just trying to get on my online banking in Japan, and it's been like 3 weeks.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. And the other thing, too, is when you fill out the form, you have to write in all uppercase, like English letters, like very neatly. And if you write something in the wrong place, like, I'm just like, oh, I wrote the wrong thing here. I'm like, oh, is that okay? Like, well, I'm like, oh, can I cross it out and initial it? They're like, I'm like, I have to get a new form, huh? They're like, yes. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, so you have to start it all over again, you know?
Oh, God.
Yep.
All right.
How about you, man? You got like one more for
I
us?
think I want one more. It's probably gonna link to yours. It's probably the exact opposite. Is shitty customer service.
I see.
Yeah. Because like so many of the people here are still kind of young, they have no idea what it means to kind of be professional or customer first oriented mind. I mean, we're customer service background, so you know we kind of just know what's up. Like, there's a fine line to when to kind of have a good time, and then when to kind of just like, you know, game mode.
Yeah.
There's none of that here.
I see.
So you're at the cash register, they're still like just like talking crap to their friend at the other registers. Like, dude, shut the hell up and just get the shit done. You know, that type of thing.
Right.
Or like the service at a restaurant, they're just on their phone, they're chit chatting, just, you know, like, dude, give me my order, bro. You know. So it's like there's just like that fine line. It's like just don't know when to be professional, and you just don't have really good customer service. I mean, it's getting better, but it's still like, you know, agitating at times. Where it's like, dude, come on, man, like, don't do it in front of customers. But you know, that's just a different mindset. I mean, but we know what we're supposed to do anyway. So yeah, that's probably one of my final ones. What about you, bro?
You know what, man? Thinking about my last one, I think maybe it would just have to go with people wanting to touch you. You know, maybe this is a problem that's unique to me because, you know, I've got some big breasts. It's all muscle. And, like, it's very funny because, like, It just happened like this last Friday, man. We're at that bar I was talking about,
Mhm.
and everybody's singing karaoke. And then like they did a song where everybody stood up and made like a little circle, and like, you know, everybody's just drunk having a good time. And then this lady is just like, "Wow, you're big as hell." I'm like, "Thank you, I am."
Ca-
Just like, "Man, you got titties." I'm like, "Yes, they're muscle." She's like, "Can I touch them?" I'm like, "Go for it." She's like, "Oh my god!" Like, but then, like, once one person starts, like, "Oh, it's okay for that person to do it. Now it's my turn." Everybody just jumps in. You
And
know?
then you just get groped.
Yeah, and like at first I used to be like, "What the fuck?" But now I'm just like, "I know you're gonna do it. Just make it quick. Just get it over with."
I don't even want to touch it, man. Just go ahead and do it.
Yeah. Yeah. When they're done, it's like, all right, that'll be 500 yen. Yeah. But and then at the schools it happens too, man. Like kids just want to come up and they just want to like poke you on the nipple or just like get a handful of the titty and like poke you in the butt. I'm like, "Get back." And then what's funny though is because people will do that, and then it's like, okay, if I walked up and I just grabbed your titty, I'd be sent back to America.
Yeah, most likely. So that's
You know, so
that's a gaijin, huh?
It's that double standard, you know.
Yep.
It's like, I'm Japanese, so I can grab titty. You're Japanese, you cannot grab titty. You need to learn your place.
Pretty. It sounds like it, dude.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
Oh, yeah. I think that's a nice place to leave it, though, huh?
Sounds about right. Sounds about right.
All right. Yes, sir. So that does it for another fresh episode of Dudes in Asia. You know, we do our best to stay positive, but sometimes it's good and it's necessary to let people know what's not so great about where you're living.
Yeah, most deaf, man. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's program. It was fun venting about what's going on over here. Thanks again for tuning in. This is Noogie Boogie signing out. Be sure to check out our blog at dudesinasia.blogspot.com. There is content there now, so go ahead and enjoy. And hit us up on Facebook at facebook.com/dudesinasia.
Yeah, that's right, man. On the blog end of things, you got your Thanksgiving Day one up there, right?
Yep.
Yeah, mine's coming soon. We got a few other things. There's going to be tons of stuff coming.
Yeah, it's a holiday season,
Also-
so yeah, we're going to have some good content coming up soon.
Indeed. So, if you want to follow me on Twitter, search for @DavidHater. That's @DavidH8R. Peace out.
Peace out, y'all.